Bad quality video to start with, guys, but it's 5:30 in the morning. I'm on my way to Tony Banks with the VXR, and we're going to be getting the exhaust done this morning, and then after that we're off straight to ARG Coatings, who's going to be taking the wheels off and powder coating those for us, because they are obviously shocking, as you saw in the previous video. So before I decide it's too cold and I'm a plonker and forgot all the cameras and the microphones, let's get over to Tony Banks and let's see what we can make this VXR sound like.
Lights flicker low, shadows play tricks. Your ghost is here, or is it a fix? The baseline hums, it feels like a sin. Your perfume lingers, but you're long gone.
So Dave's just on with chopping the exhaust out now. Now what we're going to be doing is removing basically the secondary cat and one of the resonators, but leaving the back box as it is. Now that's from Dave's recommendations. He's done a lot of these, and apparently that's a really good sounding system without breaking the bank. So we're not going to be spending an absolute fortune, because as you know, I'm not tight, but all these builds that we do are kind of budget builds, and we just don't want to go too much with them. So this is what we're going to be doing.
The rhythm of your absence there. Streetlights blink in most cold skies, telling stories of your whispered lies. My heart beats sings with the city's cries. Every pulse, every beat is your name. Every echo reminds me who's to blame. The night's a canvas painted with shadows on the floor that dancing for you. The memory I chase, but I can't.
Now we're just leaving Tony Banks and we're straight over to the Gaz at ARG Coatings. Now Gaz is a perfectionist when it comes to doing wheels. The reason why we drove all the way over to Gaz was I needed these to be as good as they could. Now when you start looking at the quality of the wheel that we've given him, quite frankly, it's pretty crap. They are absolutely shot. So they look like they've had a bad repair in the past, but they are pitted to hell, which is what you can see now. Now what those black bits are is corrosion. So the wheels are actually beyond repair, really, in my eyes, but Gaz said he'd have a look at them and he'd do his best to get a good result. Now, what I'm shocked with is the level of work that he's actually gone to on these wheels, and that's not just for me. This is what he does for everyone. He hasn't treated me any different because I know him. This is the service and what he does with every wheel he's got. But he's very clear, he's very honest, and he will say what can be done and what can't be done. Now, what he had to do with my wheels was he had to basically prime them. So after they were acid dipped, and after you can see here that they were actually getting like shot blasted in effect, he basically had to prime the wheels, and then he had to sand the primer down. And that's because they were so pitted, whatever he'd have done would have showed little like imprints and defects in the wheel themselves. And this is a really big process for Gaz. It took pretty much a full day for these two guys to get my wheels done. Now, they were obviously working on other wheels at the same time, but they really went to town on my set of wheels. And this is the result you can see now, ready for them to actually be powder coated. And you know what? If you look close, you would think they were brand new wheels. The finish, honestly, is impeccable. Like, I am so... I don't even know what to say. Like, the finish is not what I thought it'd be. I honestly thought the finish would never be this good, but they'd still look pretty decent. What he's currently doing is laying the first coat of the silver on. And what I was watching when I was in there is as you put it on, as it gets hotter, it actually transforms more to a silver finish, and it's a completely different look. So they look kind of white there, but they actually start to change colour, which you'll see on a video in a minute. He's then put a lacquer coating on as well, and that gave them this amazing shine and finish that we've now got on the wheels. So I'm going to finish talking now. I'm going to let you watch the rest of the process. And this is ARG Coatings getting my absolutely knackered wheels to an almost 99% perfect finish.
Lights flicker low, shadows play tricks. Your ghost is here, or is it a fix? The bassline hums, it feels like a sin. Your perfume lingers, but you're long gone. I hear your laugh and the same old song. Shadows on the floor, they're dancing for you.